And now, your reigning, defending, greatest wrestling podcast of all time. This is Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Featuring A-Dub.
On site, and it's on site.
B.A.
How can the heel heal off on the heel when the heel is healing?
And E-Ray.
No wrestling moves. Just hands. Just hands.
Powered by the Embrace the Turn Up Network. In partnership with the Inaudible Ruckus Podcast.
Welcome to the madness here. I should change clothes because I'm all sweaty.
Blood, sweat, respect. The first two you give, the last one you earn. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the greatest professional wrestling podcast known to all of mankind, womankind, alien kind, middle-aged kids kind. Calling them middle-aged.
What's a middle-aged kid?
Teenagers, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I was like, I'm 13 going on 35.
Something like that. This is Let Me Book the Territory. By now, you guys know the vibes. We're here to talk all of these graps. Well, not all of the graps. Most of the graps. Some of the graps. A few of the graps. Graps will be talked about. Hey, you know.
A tiny bit of the grips.
You know me. I am the pod god, the pod tribal chief, the Dub Show. Dub Mensa, because it's on site and it's on site this week. Not joining us this week is B.A.D. Biasi, because he is walking around backstage at Monday Night Raw trying to find some stable mates to jump us when we go to his house for Summerslam next week. So get ready for the BA4. Be ready. But who we do got in the building is the homie, the CrossFit Jesus himself, the Mr. Diabolical of all the diabolicals. Mr. Sinister calls him for advice. I am talking about the homie, E-Ray. What's up, Brody?
Well, it's not my music at all. Yeah, say his name and he'll appear. I am E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke V, with a man of 7/8 teeth, CrossFit Jesus Jr., squatting on your mother and all your family, brother.
Squad.
I'm here. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's feeling good. We are 10 days away from SummerSlam. 11.
Can you feel it? Can you
By the time you guys hear this, 8.
Eight.
Yeah, by the time you guys hear this, 8 days. As we're recording.
Math.
Yeah, math is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, don't fuck with numbers.
My only weakness. How'd you know? Math and bullets. Damn it.
But getting started here, there is one guy who will not be at SummerSlam, even though he's been a big part of the WWE for the past 4 or 5 years now. And that is one Bobby Lashley. As news has come out that they are just going to let his contract expire. And rumor going forward, they're also letting MVP's contract expire because he's talking spicy about trips. And the rumors are they're looking to bring the Hurt Business to AEW. So, E-Ray, my first question to you on this pod is, are they just going to name it Pain Profit?
That's what it.
I mean,
that's awful.
Hurt Business is copywritten, so Pain Profit.
How about like damn, I can't even think. Nope. What else? Like I would say, Pain Profit is hilarious, but the profit doesn't work.
No,
it has to be like Pain Organization, pain.org.
I think that's actually
Pain
a thing.
Inc. Pain Inc.
Hurt Inc.
Ouch.
The Ouch Organization. There it is. We figured it out.
Oh, the Ouch Organization. It sounds hilariously terrible.
That's gotta be like who like
Bobby
parodies
Lashley.
them like whenever they get into their first feud. Like, yeah, that's what the Kingdom has to do when like they parody the new Hurt Business. Roderick Strong has to come out in blackface and everything. Fuck it, let's make it happen. Who would you pick to join the Ouch organization in AEW?
Well, rumor has it we would have MVP, Bobby Lashley, then Shelton Benjamin, who was woefully underutilized in WWE. I will say that there. I mean, technically, because if I'm seeing MVP's contract expire, I would not imagine we're going to see Omos anymore. Sign his big ass too. Omos. And then we need like a AEW original.
Shoddy Lee? Cable?
No. Sorry. They held the paper bag. I was like, nah. we got to pass on you, my brother. What about AEW's Frank Ocean?
Lee Moriarty?
There you go.
I like that.
I think that
he's
works.
Technical. He's young, so he has that young lion.
Yep. And it's kind of like the black version of Evolution.
Oh,
you got Bobby Lashley, MVP.
I got one
See
for
what
you.
I'm doing?
Leo Rush. Not contracted right now, but working AEW time to time. If they get him to drop his We Are Venom gimmick.
With Bobby Lashley?
Bobby.
Yeah. Hey.
Could you...
My main man, Bobby Lashley.
Could you imagine like just the stuff they could do with MVP and Leo Rush just arguing? Because like while they have the same goal, they're just so different about it. MVP being who he is and Leo Rush being LBO Leo. Remember that?
No, bury that. Throw that away forever. But Leo and Bobby have an interaction. He talked to him, and then MVP recruits him. It could be a really fun stable. I mean, of course, they probably end up going against the learning tree every week for, I don't know, 18 weeks straight. No belts ever. Like, they might get a trios belt or some bullshit. But, yeah, I don't know.
Brian Keith in his high-waisted pants versus MVP in that, like, weird Punisher Bobby suit is just...
You mean Black Bandito? I've never called that man his real name. He's Bandito.
Black Bandito.
Forever. Sorry.
Tombstone Extra, Brian Keith.
Bandito.
All right.
I'm sorry. That's who he is. But yeah, that would be, I'm not mad at that. I will ask though, because there is connected to this, there's some outrage that the people are saying, again, the BIWC is saying that, hey, we starting to look a little funny in the light trips. I mean, he was like wrestling's prophet, and he was bringing us all the things, and Moses leading us, like parting the Red Sea and leading us away from Pharaoh Vince that was ruining everything forever. So, but now the BIWC is looking at him a little funny in the light. They said, with MVP's inflammatory comments on Twitter, and Bobby Lashley or MVP not being re-signed. And then they brought up some, what I'd like to say, I'll call them currently convenient facts. So they are true, but I don't know if it's correlated. So tell me your thoughts.
So,
wait.
Go ahead.
I want to run these down real quick. Under Trips, Bianca Belair went from main event superstar to kind of tag team adjacent, right? They mentioned Street Profits and I guess you would say Montez looking primed for a breakout role to kind of just toiling. We don't even know what they're doing at this point, Street Profits or Montez, and he is still in his tag team. Not been featured too much mainly. We've had some symbol. The New Day has been messing around with Karrion Kross for the last like 80 billion years or something. I don't know. Yeah, and I mean things of that nature. I think those were a few of the convenient facts. So what say you?
I hear them. I see it all. I get it, but I don't think there's causation here. If there's any causation, you just gotta blame Karrion Kross.
For everything, from Bianca Belair,
Maybe not for Bianca, but for the rest of it, yeah.
Karrion Kross, nope.
Lashley couldn't get him over even at WrestleMania, and then Bobby gets hurt, and then they make the decision because, hey, spoiler alert, guys, Bobby Lashley and MVP are damn near 50
each.
So they're like, you know what? This has run its course. Thank you for everything you've done, Bobby. First ballot Hall of Famer. But then also the profits were tied to that. So then you kind of have to do a reset with the profits. But at the same time, you're also trying to build up these new tag teams you got because you don't really have that many. So, I mean, that's where that happens. The Bianca thing, they needed somebody alongside Jade who could really, really, really work. And
catch her up.
Jane Cena,
give her some reps,
is the one. I mean, let's not, if we're gonna call her Jane Cena, we also have to follow that career arc too. John Cena wasn't always champion. Was he champion 15 times? Yeah. But he had some times where he held that United States title and he was just doing United States champion opens, and there was some times where he was just a guy on the roster. Was he the top build guy? Yeah. But he wasn't in the top build storyline as well. Bianca's so good. The moment they decide to heat her back up and get her ready for another world title run, it'll take a week. A week.
Easily.
You know.
Easily.
It won't even take a week. It'll take a segment. It'll take a segment of her doing something dominant in the ring, cutting a fire promo, and then her going backstage and doing an interview and saying, I'm coming back after my title. And you're like, oh, there we go. She don't even need to climb the ladder. She is the ladder. We there.
She takes it off of Tiffany Stratton, perhaps.
I mean,
or
that to me that's a money match. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I go to that pay-per-view.
It's convenient. That's why I call it convenient facts, because I think, again, despite MVP's thought about bringing the Hurt Business back, like, I mean, yes and no. I just didn't, like, I would like it selfishly just because I like it and it's a black stable. But realistically, what name or talent have you seen that is like, how should I say, legacy talent, legend talent that Triple H has embraced? They said, Goldberg, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's your walking papers, brother. We don't want to see you again. Speaking of brothers, nope. I am a real Caucasian. Yeah, get your ass out of here. Gone. Even Brock has been like, he'll be back sometime. But they not parading him out like that. So technically, you've seen whereas Vince has been leaning on some of the legends like way too long. John Cena is like, look, I'm about to do my farewell tour. And
Trips was like, cool.
Randy Orton is a legend, but he's looking like he ate Randy Orton. So he's like in this other type of mode. Him and AJ Styles both sharing the juice. They're like, this OJ is delicious. Pass some of that to me. Go. Rage. And they're both hitting the cold plunge and the jump rope way too much. It's scary.
What you say, Hunter? Yeah, so, I don't know what, huh? You need me to run another title match with Cody? I quit match? Okay. And then you need me to run a match in Japan 2 weeks later? No problem. I got to go hit the cold plunge.
Again, the workers are working. And everybody else who is like aging out, I think he's like, I don't really need you. So let's keep the roster with availability for new talent and developing the new talent. So I've seen that. And then if you credit Trips with anything NXT, that's self-explanatory.
He signed all of them kids down there. He may not be running it no more, but he signed them all.
But you know who is running it? His best mate.
The guy who wants the invite to the Juneteenth cookouts.
And again, those two together, it's like, all right, well, it's hard to defend those, or excuse me, it's hard to back those allegations. I feel like I hear y'all, but that's one of those convenient facts to me, and I just like, I don't think it's too much basis. You'd have to show me, and then that's the other thing. The other half of this, which I guess will lead us into the next topic, is they're saying he's forsaken all the black talent for all the Samoans. Sign them all. And I was like, I mean, no.
Samoans are niggas?
Not really. But they have a storyline they're continuing to tell. And that's gonna end up with one of the biggest WrestleManias ever, because it's eventually going Rock Roman.
Yeah.
And
Who's a black talent?
Probably a war games of old bloodline versus new bloodline city. And who knows how that ends up. So that's a story onto itself. So yeah, sure, they're doing all their things, but I don't see black talent getting necessarily sacrificed in lieu of that, because you still got Carmelo Hayes thriving,
very much
being fantastic on the mic and in the ring, having shit. What he did with Andrade, that was the most entertaining thing I've seen Andrade do
since NXT.
Period. I was like, dot. I mean, it's been a long time.
So, and
he shouldn't have left.
And I would say to the BIWC as well, we know wrestling's for niggas, but it can't all be us. Like,
not yet.
But then, and you also got to remember, like you said, where he's putting Melo in prime spots. He's also still trying to make Apollo Crews work, even though it's failed at every single juncture. He's like, I just got to get this man on TV. We're gonna figure it out at some point.
He's got something.
I just don't know what it is.
But we don't know what to do with it.
But then, like, and you look at like wrestling's so multicultural that, like, in a way that it's never been. You got this whole army of Samoans. You got Bronson Reed over here. You have international talent. Like, it can't always be us, guys. You got Dominic Mysterio, and probably one of the biggest storylines going into SummerSlam. I mean,
with your champ, Damian Priest,
Puerto Rican champ, technically black.
Again, you're nothing. It's tough, because I get it. We're an underserved community, particularly in wrestling. So the black ear and the black emotion is very sensitive. Like, but I gotta say, stand down and stand by, because let us watch the things fall into place. Give it a year. We gave Vince what
50 years?
50 years of just bullshit, and we got 2.5 black champions out of that. You got to give Vince, you got to give Trips at least 10.
Oh yeah,
give him 10 years to see where things going, because in the 10-year span, all those talents that we rave about every single week at Let Me Book the Territory, for NXT, the reps will be there, and then they will be upgraded and promoted, and they're going to keep grabbing those talents, because I keep telling y'all, the pipeline for black talent is now there. That's all we was missing.
It's strong.
And now we in there with the athletes. Whew. Guess what? This year have we been raving about all the talent that's come up. That talent from NXT that's figuring it out now, they're tomorrow's superstars. They're tomorrow's Bianca Belairs. They're tomorrow's Bobby Lashley's even. And I'll say, and probably, again, no shot, but probably better, because they're learning in a different capacity. Bobby Lashley had a look, and he is a great guy. They figured something out would make him great, but he was never the strongest on the mic. He just, and again, ageless wonder, because I don't know if that nigga is 27 or 87. You can't tell. You look at it, put a picture side by side, and you will choose, they're like, which one's older? You don't know.
He looked older when he was trying to look young by wearing the headband. I was like, look at this boomer over here rocking the headband. What are we doing, Bob? What the fuck are you doing? Take that dumbass headband off.
Hey, a headband on a bald head is nasty work. Look like you're trying to be birthed. Like,
Like, what are you doing, Bobby? With sweatband to absorb all your sweat? Just grow some hair, nigga. Sorry.
You're like, my follicles. Bobby Lashley probably has like alopecia or something. He ain't had no beard. He need a beard. If he had a beard, it'd be okay. Anyway, I digress. I think we give it enough time to let the Jada Parkers and the Lash Legends and the Trick Williams,
Omos,
and all these people.
Future main eventer of WrestleMania for sure.
Omos?
Yeah.
You
Not
mean
Omos.
you?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oba.
Oh shit.
Oba.
He said that with confidence. Omos. I'm like, excuse me?
We keep talking MVP, and I was like, oh yeah, nah. Oba.
Yeah, no. Oba.
Big black nigga.
The next. Oh yeah, that's almost a can't miss. That's almost more can't miss than Keith Lee. I think that's what he's gonna end up being, what everybody wanted Keith Lee, Omos, and like several other big major names to be. He's gonna be it all. And again, this is crazy for me. I apologize every week for this. And we're not even there yet. But regardless,
we'll get there.
Give it 10 years and let's see. Shit, give it 5. I really think they're doing the right things by talent. We're watching some of the better matches. We're seeing multiple women's stories. And they only have one belt. Guess what? Women's mid-card belt coming soon.
Oh yeah, man.
So I'm telling you, just give it some time. Let's give it a couple years. I know we wrestling is at its hottest that it's ever been, and we're seeing fantastic matches. We're seeing pretty good storylines, and it's still bloated with a lot of the bloodline shit. Once that even moves out the way, listen, listen. But speaking of bloodline, let's talk. What is the latest on the bloodline that you need to discuss? Because I'm kind of bored with it, to be honest.
Well, I mean, the latest is what happened on, closing out of SmackDown. More of Cody Rhodes' friends getting beat up by the bloodline because Cody Rhodes just signs up for that every week. And now the story going into SummerSlam, because, spoiler alert, guys, they taped this coming Friday SmackDown already because they're in Tokyo.
It's going to be on Sci-Fi because of the Olympic Games.
Yep.
Or something.
Is that Cody has no more friends going into SummerSlam against Solo. Does Roman help him out?
So who's gonna help him?
So let me ask you this, E. Book the Roman help.
I don't even know. Because I'm so like whatever on this storyline, because if it doesn't involve the final boss, I don't care.
I don't think we're getting
I'll be
final
honest.
boss.
I've been saying that from the beginning. Being that we're about to get Cody versus Solo for the main event, I know they got to give us something else, because I'm leaving there with something. I know how much the ticket costs. If that's just a 1, 2, 3 Solo loss, listen, you heard 3-6. I'm gonna tear the fucking club up. It ain't gonna be pretty.
Tear up your hometown.
So, Cleveland, this is for you. Start throwing shit all across the place. Anything is possible. I just turn into Jason Tatum. Just start saying any cliche you've ever heard.
Memes. Gee. And you just throw some shit. What does that even mean?
I'll just start saying anything because I'll be furious. Again, we experienced not that last year at SummerSlam. There was like a bit of anticlimactic vibe around it because Roman beat Jay, but that was like the emergence of main event Jey Uso. And since then, I've had this discussion with the homie, fellow Inaudible Freeman the Demon, about this. He was saying he didn't like Jey Uso, or not didn't like, let me not say that incorrectly. Let me paraphrase the best I can. He said Jey Uso has not like really lived up to what he wanted in the ring thus far, like with just a couple moves, and the character itself, like he's kind of lost momentum since WrestleMania. I vehemently disagree.
Well, in the ring,
character is
Jey Uso's always been 5 moves of doom.
Yeah, but it's just so good.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And again, that's what top guys do. Like top guys only do. If you weren't groomed into let me say this correctly. If you were not groomed into WWE from being an indie guy, or if you aren't or if you aren't 10 years into a career or character, I should say, sure. But like all the character guys that have been like the top guys in WWE, they not doing all these crazy moves. They got 5 to 6 moves. We said that about the Tribal Chief for the longest. Like heel or face, you're only getting 5. 6 if you want to get freaky now. Like, oh shit, he threw in a backwards drive by. Like, I don't know. That's it. You're not getting a lot. So I don't mind that. It's the usage of the moves, because you got to make them feel like something, make them big, make them meaningful. And he was used to doing a lot of attack stuff. So I'm perfectly fine with what we get from a Jey Uso match, because it still be hype. Yeah. It's him. The character is over like fucking Rover. The entrance, the everything he does, the yeet, the merch is out of control. He got yeet fingers, dog. Yeet fingers.
What was that? That sound.
In the words of Pat McAfee, I'm yeeting all over the place, Cole.
How Pat McAfee hasn't fallen off of that desk or chair, whatever he's standing on, yet is beyond me. That's how you know he's an athlete.
Because yeet is powered by yeet. But again, I don't mind that. So we've seen that grow. It to me, it's I don't know what we're gonna do with that. With Roman's entrance or his involvement, I say it can't happen this Friday. I guess it probably has to happen next Friday.
Well, this Friday SmackDown's already been taped. So if it happened this coming Friday, we would have already heard about it.
Yeah.
No one's good at holding no secrets in.
Yeah, they can't hold water. Roman's back.
My guess is it happened during the match. So how I would book it, if they just gave me the pen, even though they always give us the pen because they listen to us so much.
Yeah. Stealing all our ideas.
You know, Cody gets the shit beat out of him, and by it.
Oh, per usual. Every
and
Friday.
Solo's getting ready for that final Samoan spike, and then Roman's music hits. And then
boom,
Solo gets distracted. He tells the rest of them to go up there, and Roman comes out standing at the top of the ramp. And then the rest of those motherfuckers kind of hesitate because he's still Big Oos.
Does he mow through them, or do they part the sea for him?
They don't do nothing. They like, he just comes out there and they're like, is he gonna come towards us? Like, they stand there ready, like, to make sure he doesn't interfere, and he just stands there, and Solo's looking, and then Cody hits him with 95 crossroads, and then 1, 2, 3, and then
wait, this is at SummerSlam.
Yes, this is at SummerSlam.
Okay,
yes.
Got it. I was like, this happens on a SmackDown?
No, this happens on SummerSlam, and then New Bloodline tries to rush back to the ring. Cody scurries away, gets away, and New Bloodline is in there with Solo. Like, what's going on? What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. And then Cody walks up the ramp, him and Roman, face to face, no words, end of show. That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it.
Hey, man.
Perfect.
You earned
it. Thank you. And then from there, you don't even need to have Roman on SmackDown next week. You keep the mystery going. They interview Cody about it. He's like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, me and Roman, we've never been cool, but I have all the respect in the world for him. Again, I defended this title, and I'm willing to defend it against next comers and blah, 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 blah. And they set up Cody's next challenger.
And move him away. Then you set up him and Randy. Randy's tired of getting his ass beat, and he's drinking protein shakes till it goes to this orange juice is so powerful. Like, all right.
Yeah, so that's how I would do it. Like that, I think that's how you do it. And you get the Roman appearance in Cleveland, and then you can still keep Roman off TV for a few weeks as you let them build it on their own. Maybe Jimmy comes back next week or something, and they jump the shit out of Jimmy, and I don't know, put Jimmy in the hospital or something, and the next thing you know, on like a Raw or something, Jay's talking to Rikishi, and Rikishi's like, yeah, your brother's in bad shape. He's like, well, what about my other brother? You're gonna go talk to him about why he's in bad shape? He's like, Rikishi's like, you know what you gotta do. He's like, I'm not calling him. I'm not calling Joe. You gotta call Roman, son. We gotta do this. And then that's how you start to build towards Survivor Series, Bloodline, War Games, Samoan Dynasty.
I think the seeds had already been set on Monday. The seeds being Uso being stalked by the Judgment Day, the Uso one, and then being saved by Sami Zayn.
And when Jay gets off the phone with his dad, just upset, Sammy's standing there right there, like, hey, I know you don't want to do it.
That's not.
But you gotta do it.
No.
No?
One better.
Okay.
It's gotta be better than that.
Okay, I'm listening.
He gets off the phone, he looks at him, he's like, hey, that wasn't very Uso. God damn it.
Hit the perfect button. Oh my God. Oh.
Let's do it.
Needed.
The E-Ray and Dub writing team. Oh. You guys think you're making money now at WWE? Give me an E the Pen. Just for one show. We don't need both shows. Give us one show. One storyline.
Give us SmackDown. I think SmackDown needs it more than and it's not their fault. It's just that Bloodline stuff rules everything around them. It's like cream, but Bloodline rules everything around. It doesn't flow as good. Bream.
Bream,
get the money.
Is there anything else from SmackDown you want to talk about? LA Knight continues to troll Logan Paul. We all know LA Knight's taking that belt.
I really enjoyed their little back and forth. I thought that was real fun.
Yeah, no.
So Logan
stuff.
Paul, I hate Logan Paul wearing the Drake fit, the big loose baggy stuff. I guess baggy shit is back in. Oh, I hate it. Like bell bottom pants. And then I think he was trying to cut him deep, and I think LA Knight got to hold his own, and he was like, nah, and let him have it. And I thought that was fun. It was a good time. He almost hit him with the blunt force trauma, and then he got out of there. And I was like, that's good shit. Nice setup, nice, clean, smooth. Keep it going, keep it on the rails, and we'll see y'all next week. I did allude to earlier when we were talking about the blackness. Excuse me, the blackness, as it would be, the black. Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. I think they opened the show with that fire.
So Carmelo Hayes is undeniable, right?
Almost certainly. I think the way they have him trajectory wise, he has to learn how to be a babyface. That's a little bit hard for him. I think that's his struggle point. But he's currently right now in a perfect position, being a massive dickhead, and I love it. I think it's so good.
Do you think he struggles being a babyface because he's so short, if you will, that he's had to talk his own shit and back it up so much that when you act as a character so much, you become the character kind of thing?
Yeah, I think that's just him. It's very, especially in this day and age, it's a difficulty to connect, or that urge to be a true babyface. It's probably the hardest job. Everybody likes the heels. Yeah. Heels are great, and heels get to do way more.
Heels are
it's
honest
restrictive
too.
To be, to the most part, or they can play into things that baby faces can't. Yeah. And I think that is the tightrope that you have to walk as a baby face, and I think it takes time. As we've seen with Seth Rollins, he's just now figuring it out on his third, fourth iteration of how to be a competent, really fun babyface and not just sucking the air out of the room. His character is his character either way, but it's tweener face is fun.
So I think that's the key right there.
And it's not just ugh.
That's the key right there. You have to find a character that is you either way.
Yes.
Like, you have to find a character where, like, if you're nice while being this character, you're a babyface. Or you have to find a character where, like, if you're a dick while being this character, you're a heel. Like Kevin Owens right now.
But it's still technically
like Kevin Owens right now. Like,
either way,
he's still Kevin Owens. He just hasn't turned on any of his friends yet, so you assume he's a babyface. And he's fighting the heels who are beating up Randy Orton and Cody every week.
I mean, shit, Bayley. This version of Bayley,
let's go.
It's fun because she goes in there, she kind of plays to the crowd, and they give her the BBL Bayley and the jokes.
BBL Bayley. It ain't a BBL, it's all natural. BBL Bayley. Y'all just noticing.
Right. Down. Back. Wait.
Could you imagine Booker
T
was calling NXT when Bayley was down there?
Maybe it wouldn't be as intense because I don't know what they got down there right now.
You forget how to say words with all the lights on the screen. I mean, I get it, I totally get it.
But just saying, Bayley, ding dong, hello, blah blah, the same type of hilarious stuff. Like, I think she figured out a lot because she was struggling with the heel character. She found her heel character, and then the babyface ain't got to be like hugger Bayley. It's just like, no, I'm really good at this. I'm the shit, but I'm not doing evil shit now. Now I'm not jumping you and just mocking people. I can play with the crowd. So I think either way, she's kind of figured it out too.
You know who's figured it out that I didn't think I would ever figure it out? Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's been a baby.
Tell
he's
me
been a baby face since, you know, the Dusty Cup run with Braun. Like, he's just been like
the Wolf Dogs.
Yeah, the Wolf Dogs. You're like, God damn it, he's just a cool guy. I mean, he's kind of rough around the edges, but he's not
Makes great
bad
steaks.
guy. Yeah, and now he's like
Baron Corbin.
and now he's the elder statesman in the locker room, and like he's, you know, teaming with Apollo, a guy who he feuded with I don't know how many fucking times. And they're just like, yeah, no, we got to teach these young kids a lesson and respect. And I'm like, yeah, you do, Baron. Yeah. Burn the shit.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. Fuck these Gen Z kids.
All right, what kind of bullshit music is that? Vibes. That shit out of my... Stop remixing our classics.
We'll take what's mine. I don't even know what they say.
Burn the ships. That's it. Yep, burn them.
Burn them.
I don't know why that's so intense, but yeah, all right, let's burn the ships.
Yeah, fuck it.
But that's how we got here. I don't know. That's what the songs say. Like, just burn.
But the ships mean like the other guys get to go home too. Nobody gets to go home. Burn the ships.
Yeah. Like, all right. Maybe they meant burn their ships.
Nope. Burn.
No, burn all
the ships.
All ships.
Burn the ships.
Oh, got it. Right. All ships on fire.
Burn the ships. Either we win and start a new society here, or we all die.
we live here now. That's it.
It's us or them.
It's America. So that's how America was started. They were just like, burn the ships.
Boston Tea Party.
And the Native American. Oh, sorry.
Boston Tea Party.
Just
What?
set everybody
2% tax on my tea. Burn the ships.
The tea was mine. That tea is too high. We got to burn the ships.
Corbin's a revolutionary soldier. Teaming with an African warlord.
Oh, shit. Yankee Baron Corbin is crazy. Burn the ships. The British is coming. The British is coming.
Baron Corbin, the British are coming. God. What should we do? Burn the ships.
You got to do it. It only makes sense.
You know how they're getting here.
I don't know why.
They're coming across the water. You know what you got to do.
They haven't even got here yet. You want us to destroy our only means of transportation? You heard me. All right.
Well. This is home. We're not leaving.
Yeah.
And when they get here, they're not leaving either. So burn the ships.
I'm with it. Fuck it. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, ladies and gentlemen. A fucking American hero. Revolutionary, if you will.
SmackDown is full of American heroes.
Freaking, Seth Freaking is talking about Baron Corbin. He's a revolutionary. Just mind you, it's probably one of those books in like black and white. You be turning to the page, you be like, wait a second, you put a magnifying glass in Baron Corbin. Hey, it was mine. What? That's fucking insane.
He's on that portrait with George Washington.
But he's still wearing the leather vest. Pointing on top of some fucking plank or something with a cannon blasting behind him. That shit would be lit. Shout out to Baron Corbin.
Oh,
fucking
man.
great guy.
Shout out to Baron Corbin.
I like it. But
great Instagram
I think you might be right.
Guys.
Yes, he's hilarious. Twitter as well.
Yes.
Moving along. Monday
night.
We already alluded to some of the things. What got things popping was the Judgment Day was like, look, we're not taking this disrespect. You need to beat up Jey Uso because the Yeet Master is throwing shots at your girl. And I seen what you be doing on Instagram, liking his pics and shit. And we don't go for that, mommy. And she said, we not hands off Jey Uso. We don't need to worry about that. Whenever a chick tell you ain't gotta worry about him, worry about him.
Actually, no, don't even worry. Panic.
Oh yeah. Hit the fucking alert button. Where's the what's the name music? Damn, I can't even think the
Scott Steiner.
Clock. Yes. Every time the alarm, set the alarm.
Call up the homies.
Fucking
go jump him immediately.
DEFCON 39
100%.
because cheeks being given out is imminent. Oh, don't worry about him. That's just my brother. Oh.
Round of applause. Cheeks are getting clapped.
Those not vein slaps.
Where you think they was taking chicks after the Waffle House, my guy.
My God. Say it. I told you. That's how I went. Anyway, just
Waffle House is such a treacherous place. E-Ray called it a date spot. Yeah, I was taking chicks there after the bar. Yeah, I went on dates there. No, them not dates. No, those are pre-games to Smash sessions. What are you talking about? Yeah, a date. No.
Yeah, that's not what the. Oh, my bad. It's like that's like that Joe line. Oh no, not my baby. Don was like, Mood Music 3. Understand.
Down at home listening to ordinary love shit.
And Carlito understood. He said, we got to do something about this.
What you got to do, man.
So gang shit start happening. That kicks off the episode. And then this leads to all through the night woven in just Dom and Rhea and Judgment Day shenanigans. So we get to essentially, I think Dub's favorite moment of the night. After the jumpings, after the shenanigans, we got Liv with Dom and Mommy. Mommy said, look, I had enough of this shit. We going to the ring right now. Not now, but right now. And they marched to the ring. And Liv was like, I think I'll hang here where it's safe. Cause I know that's a large Australian woman.
Volatile goth woman.
And he said, is the big woman still here? And he was like, yes, she's literally right in the ring. So she's like, I'll be up here in row 200. So she sat there row 200 and did the thing. Dub.
So
you seen the shorts. You seen the reaction. I need Dub, the connoisseur of all the oat, almond, alternative milks. Let the people know.
Folded. Fresh laundry on a Sunday afternoon. The chair in the Montgomery bra. Folded.
Febreze or Gain?
Gain. Oh, all about the gains.
Oh, not a fresh smelling fold.
Fresh smelling fold. You're gonna have to use some Febreze after what happens on those freshly folded sheets, brother.
Burn the sheets.
But Liv was out there talking to Daddy Dom and saying like, yeah, originally I just wanted to take him just to fuck with you, Rhea. But
now
I got a couple of mustache rides, and I was like, hey, this ain't that bad. And Dom decided he was gonna stand his ground and cussed her out in so much Spanish that honestly, I'm not even sure if he cussed her out. He might have just been giving her code. He might have been telling her what hotel he was at, and Rhea don't know Spanish.
As a very, I can't claim full bilingual, but I understood like every third or fourth word, and it was a lot of like, listen here, bitch. This is my woman. I don't want you. You're dirty. You're nasty. And usually, and she said, oh no. And then he's like, get it through your head. I'm with mommy. And then mommy and Dom laughed. And
she licked his face.
Wait. Before I'm gonna get to that. Prior to, let's not jump the gun here. I know that was Dub's moment of the night with the Liv turn, and she said, swing. She swang the mini thing that she got.
Way.
Did you hit this?
Looks good. Oh, absolutely. And Liv short too.
Dub had to hit his.
It all checks out.
So Liv turned around crying, full on ugly cry.
Pretty good.
Carrie at prom.
Ugly cry.
Yeah, like Carrie at prom night. Ugly cry.
And spoiler alert, kids, if you didn't see that movie, that didn't end well for anybody else involved.
Yeah, I'm surprised that like all the arenas didn't go. The Wyatt Six come out, people start exploding, heads exploding like the boys. None of that happened. She just walked away sad. And like true toxic woman she is, Rhea got so horned up, she licked the side of Dom's face. And I had a visceral reaction. Like, I was like, oh, what's happening?
Something's happening! And then Big AR came in the room and you were like, ectoplasm everywhere. Babe, this house is haunted. This house is haunted. It's ectoplasm everywhere. I need a cigarette.
And she looked at me and said,
he's a sorry fat piece of shit.
And I was like, hey, what are you going to do?
So let me ask you this question, E. Was Dom convincing Liv or was he trying to convince himself?
Oh, absolutely himself. Easily. I think he's like, man, he almost fell for it because he was in a moment of horniness. And he didn't know Rio was right there with him then. She was like, oh, okay, got it.
Listen, man.
Now mommy's back.
The first second you take a sip of the oat milk and you realize it don't give you the bubble guts the way regular milk does, you don't go back.
Like, what?
You don't go back.
Lactose. Yeah. Lactose intolerance isn't a thing for me. I can use this for my protein shakes and my cereal, and I'm good.
So the equivalent of Rhea showing back up is like the grocery store to where you moved to doesn't have oat milk anymore. So now you gotta get the regular milk again, and now it's beating you up again. And you're like,
but it's so good.
Exactly, it's so good. Protein shakes with water are terrible.
Oh, whole milk is delicious.
And then he gonna get to Cleveland. He gonna find out they got all the oat milks. Khalifa Farms, that expensive
almond,
shit.
Coconut. Ugh. Yeah. Khalifa Farms unsweetened.
Ooh.
Ooh. Talk about it. Yeah, it's gonna be different. Gonna happen. But I feel it. I think that. So is that your prediction?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll do predictions next week fully, but your prediction for how this turns out. Dom is tired of the abuse. He's tired of the whole milk just getting them all bad bubbles.
Because I think next week on Raw, he's gonna say something that's gonna piss her off again, the way he did with like "You're Mine" or something like that. And then she gonna lay into him again, or he might cost her a match, and she lays into him, and then he's like,
"You don't think?" I think they're gonna play up a little bit more of this Jey Uso thing. And
That's possible,
he
too.
gonna get mad and he gonna get a little bit jealous, like, what is this? And she's like, I told you, don't worry about
Well,
him.
both things happen.
Oh.
Both things happen. And then he starts thinking like, I ain't really gotta live like this. They got
Right. I ain't gotta live like this.
They got sweetened vanilla.
I gotta live like this.
They got sweetened vanilla Khalifa Farms oat milk over here. What am I doing? What am I doing?
Like,
That's right.
I don't need that Dairy Mints no more. Get that
I'm
shit out of
doing
here.
live.
Maybe.
That
We'll
is
see.
my prediction for how that's gonna go down. But let me ask you this question, E. So we got 7 booked matches for SummerSlam already. If they added the Wyatt 6 versus Alpha Academy 2.0 as the 8th match, how would you feel?
Would not be mad at it at all. I know I said it before, but things are changing. And I'm okay with this because I want more Wyatt 6 and Chad Gable stuff. And not like an exorbitant or gross amount. Just like,
more.
yeah, throw that on the card. Yeah, just throw that on the card. That's like a fun, it's not like a real wrestling banger. It's just like some weird shit. You're gonna watch the Creeds go crazy, and then you're gonna see like probably some feats of just aggression and crazy strength and shit. And then like, I don't know, whatever. And then maybe it just doesn't even end right. Like it just kind of, the lights go out and then they leave. What the fuck was that? Or something. Like, yeah, just give me something of it where it just kind of, nobody loses, because we don't want the newly formed Alpha Academy, newly revised Alpha Academy to lose shit. And we don't need the Wyatt 6 to lose it all.
No.
Or I really have matches. I would rather even, fuck it, don't put it on the card. Just have a segment in SummerSlam where they're talking shit, and then they might just start fighting a brawl or something like this, or they trying to run around and the smoke is coming and they're following them. Give me something like that. I don't really want a match.
Okay.
So how about that? I'll take a segment over a match.
I like that. So what did you think about the Nikki Cross video?
I mean, right up my alley. You know, me and BA, horror bros.
100%.
Gotta say that slower. Horror.
Yeah, no, we get it. You and BA, horror bros, totally get it.
No, I tried.
Like, this one was like, right on the edge of me of like, all right, this is getting a little too scary for me.
He's like, all right. I might have to take it off. I was like, no, I like this.
Definitely turned on all the lights when that video started. I was like, all right, yep, no, I'm in, but
yeah. I like the auto-tune scream. I was like, oh, this is some good creepy shit. And yeah, it was like, it gave me like the Ring vibes. And I say this not to say it lightly. I love horror movies. But to me, what makes a good horror movie is not just shock value, ridiculous gore. That doesn't do anything for me. It's funny sometimes, but if you really want to get like a reaction, a visceral gut reaction out of me, you build with tension and release. And you build the tension, you build the atmosphere, and then at the last moment, you release it and build that shit back up. Unexpected, that hit me in the gut. I will never forget the first time I watched the movie The Ring, and everybody was talking about it. Oh my God, The Ring is so scary. It's so scary. It's so scary. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, this had to be maybe 2004, 2005, something like that. I'm like in high school, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Watch it by myself, but I watch it in the daytime. At least I thought. It was like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, but it was a transition from 5 to 7-ish, and in this northeast Ohio time frame, that's when it gets really dark. And I never forget. I was in my living room. I had a short living room, but a massive big screen TV. With my TV had a BBL. That's when TVs had ass. Like I was like, oh shit.
When you got to call
big
4
ass
friends
screen
to move
TV.
it?
Oh, absolutely.
Or it's just there forever.
4, yeah, it's there. I think that TV moved with us like 4 different times, but that bitch was big. And I was like, whew, okay. Watching this on the couch, And I'm watching the movie the whole time, waiting for what people talking about. Like, oh, that was all right. And then they're building tension. They're showing the videotape, very much playing into like YS6 videotape, VHS. I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. And I was like, I'm not looking at that shit because if you watch it, you die in 7 days. Somebody calls you, and this is back in the day when your phone rang. I had a line in my house, a separate line. That phone would have rang while I'm watching that movie. Fuck that! Launching that bit. I'm like, I'm not doing it. So again, I'm looking, but I'm trying to watch the movie through my fingers.
Supernatural guys.
No. I was like, you're not catching me. So I'm gonna watch this movie, but I'm not watching the tape that's killing people in the movie. That's just silly. And then so I'm watching the things. Then they're building up. They're talking the story. Oh, the story's happening. Okay, now they're giving us reason. And what if any horror person knows, when you watch a movie, and specifically a horror movie, they typically start off with, oh, this is some scary shit. You don't know what's going on or why. Then they start to build through the mystery of it. Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then in 1965, she died. And great. And then towards the end, it typically releases the scary because now you know why the sinister thing is doing the thing. And then you have this battle that's kind of like just a battle, not just, oh my God, something is murdering people and it's scary. So that's usually when it loses its oomph, right? So we find out, oh my God, Samara, the main antagonist, she was just wanted to be free or something, and let's make a copy of the tape. Great. And then you find out, oh wait, that shit ain't over yet. And the girl, the mom's telling them, oh yeah, da 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 da. The kid looked at her with this look of like disgust and horror, like, you did what? And I was like, wait, what? I'm thinking this shit is over. They flash to a man's house and then the TV just turns on. Whoosh, and you see the fucking whale. And then Nikki Cross comes out of the whale. And I was like, oh shit. And she started moving all in weird, fast, jiggly time. TV starts sweating like me in CrossFit. And then fucking she comes through the TV and I'm like, bruh. The scariest moments of my life that I can remember. I was like, oh, fuck. And then you find out how it ends. And I was like, yo, that did it for me. I was like, that was good shit. And then my mom called me and was like, hey, you want to come with me somewhere? Because that phone rang. I was already terrified. I was like, I don't know if I should answer this because I'm not dying in 7 days. So when I answered it, and I was like, she was like, you got to come outside. I didn't want to go upstairs to get my coat because my room was in the attic. And I was like, that bitch could come out that well out of my attic. I don't know. Terrified. Because if this TV turned on at one of them junctures, I'm over it. I say all that to say they nailed this Nikki Cross Samara-esque ring look. Terrifying. And just having her kind of just chuckling, laughing, sitting there, being crazy as fuck, as I said last week, that when they do her segment, this is going to be good.
You think they do another one with her?
Maybe
because they
didn't really give us much
of reasoning of why she was drawn, and they just said it was just like, hey, you were lost and you were broken, and I found you.
And guess what? If they don't, I'm okay with that. Keep it simple.
No, yeah. Either way, I'm good.
And then Nikki Ash, and I don't need all that shit. Nikki ASH, and she was a superhero, and now she's a supervillain. I don't need all that shit. Fuck it. You're lost. You found. Scary. Yeah. Done. I'm good.
Now, I do want them to give me some more story with Gacy and Loomis, because I think there's interesting things there.
I'll say Gacy for sure. Loomis, I think I would be comforted by less. Less is more with him. I think he's very much Michael Myers.
Well, I mean, obviously they're not going to have Loomis talk, but
I mean, you never know. I think that's the thing
at this point.
I know, but that's what we're waiting for, and we'll see. Eventually, we'll see. So I'm looking forward to more of what they do. And I was listening to another podcast, and they just mentioned like the YS6 and just like some gripes about it. And I was like, I ain't trying to hear nothing else talking about. I enjoy it. I'm with it. Yeah, I was like, I like them kind of getting their stances at the top of the ring. And then I like, we didn't even talk about it, but they popped up on Alpha Academy. And yeah.
Uncle Howdy hit him along
Uncle
with
Howdy.
Sister Abigail. How'd you feel about the look? The vest, like the sleeveless vest thing that Uncle Howdy was wearing that ended up being in the ring gear?
I dig it. Because it's functional.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking about. Like, how are you going to, like, the locks and the things, like, this is like Kane. Like, the Kane mask had the hair. I never knew the Kane mask had hair on it. I just thought it was a mask. Yeah, and I was like, oh, fuck. So, again, I like with the white locks and the sleeveless joint, like, works for me. No top hat. I was like, bet. And he's just like, got him, hit him with the Sister Abigail. That was a good pop. That was a feel good moment.
Disappeared again. I'm all in on
I
this.
love it.
I love it.
Me too. Really quick, one quick question. This was the podcast I listened to. They were speaking to this, and they said there was thoughts that the Wyatt Six was diminished because their first thing is with Chad Gable, and the thought process should have been the Wyatt Six debut, and they immediately go toward like CM Punk or Seth Rollins or something like that, like major main event players, Cody Rhodes even. What are your thoughts about that versus what we're getting as they're basically attacking Chad Gable?
Them niggas need to shut the fuck up. No, I disagree fully, 100%. Because them going after Gable, there's a reason behind it. Like, it makes sense. It's these people who are hurt and damaged and have either lost their family or been abandoned by their family. And even though they're not baby faces, they see something that's happening to family and it bothers the shit out of them.
Trigger.
Yeah. Like, and they're like this force of just chaos. Right now it's chaotic good because they're attacking a heel Gable who's disrespecting his family. Like, if they were just to pop up and just go after Cody, for what? For why?
Because you're a good dad.
For what? For why?
Wyatt Six.
Because he's a good dad with a mixed kid
and a dog.
Yeah, like, what are we doing?
Fuck that dog. And you just murder him. Pet Cemetery 4.
Like,
yeah, sure.
Go after Punk. For what? For why? Why?
Yeah, I mean, it probably could be some fun things with that. Except for the only thing. So this is where I would say, I think if you did want to move them up the card or make them feel more major, as they were saying, I wouldn't mind it, but you would have to choose the right person or the right people. So I don't know, maybe you could do that with CM Punk, or you could have done that with CM Punk, but right before he was like really injured, that write him off. He's injured and he comes back kind of changed by this. Or maybe not Cody, but Logan maybe I was gonna say Randy Orton, because Randy Orton, big bad Randy. Well, he's had. You have to know he's on the list, like. But I think you have to get there. Like, you start with Chad, and then like, all right, once they're done with Chad, maybe you go to Braun Strowman, and then you progress up, and then at some point you get to Randy, and you know why they're coming for Randy. It doesn't have to do with anything else and for anybody else in the family, but Bo got an axe to grind. Yeah.
And then from there,
we thought you were our brother.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And then you turned on about it's perfectly fine. I'm okay with this, and I'm okay with slow playing it. I don't need this to be all laid out and explained tomorrow. They're doing really fun things. They haven't even introduced all the members. I'm okay with Chad, and Chad Gable's hot right now. And Alpha Academy not the Alpha Academy, but the Creed brothers themselves are fucking freak athletes. So, as he said, I'm okay with all that.
I think people are missing the fact that you don't have to put this super group in the main event picture, because you can tell a great story with them at the middle or bottom of the card, because we're in this era, we're just telling great stories with every fucking body. Even the shit they're doing with Carlito, which isn't even a lot, is great fucking television.
Is it great television?
No, I'm sorry.
Is it
cool?
Cool.
It is cool.
Say it with your
Wrestling is cool again because of The Rock.
Yeah, we know.
Everything's cool.
Bane slapper extraordinaire.
And I mean, like, everything's so great that they're getting us to care about a Priest and Gunther match that, me personally, I shit on from the second it was even a possibility. I apologize. I'm fucking in.
Jump the shark. I was ready. Just want to grab the top again. Pop up. I was getting there. I was gonna ask you because I'm like, I was on it. I told you, I was like, there's something here. It's getting me there. I was like, oh, gotta check the rectometer. I like it.
I'm there.
Now he's like, oh, okay, it's we rising tide. They're doing the things. Let me ask you, what was it? What was the moment where you're like, I'm in, damn it?
When Gunther said, I meant every single word I said last week. I was like, oh shit. He's in. He said, fuck this, all gas, no brakes. Yeah. We going there. I was like, yo.
He tried. He was like, I know, I understand it. Oh, damn it. Sick of that shit. Sick of these niggas.
I meant every word. I'm coming to take that title, show us some prestige. And then he started calling all the niggas in the Judgment Day clowns. I was like, yo, like never in my life did I think that a build would happen with, it was mostly Gunther on the microphone doing long promos that would sell me on a match. Like, we've been Gunther fans since he showed up at NXT UK and Nigel McGuinness was losing his mind. And he just chopped his way through that entire roster and just held that NXT title until they folded that whole NXT UK. Like, but again, he didn't do it with long promos. He just did it with, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna call you broke, and then I'm gonna beat your ass again, and then we're gonna keep it moving. This, they giving him video treatments. He's in there calling niggas broke. He's in there saying everybody is clowns. I'm the prestigious one. And I was like, yo, this is great.
Said, you don't deserve it. You whatever. It ain't for you. You're a bunch of clowns, you jokes, all this bullshit. I'm gonna show you. I did this with the Intercontinental title. I did this with King of Ring, and now I'm about to do this with your belt. I was like, you can come in here and hand me the belt, and you should. And Damian Priest walked out. All rise.
A lot of rising going. A lot of rising.
Thank you. Thank you, Def Rebel. All rise. 42 more times as he's just walking down. And yeah.
Hands.
No wrestling moves. Just hands. Just and I was like, oh shit. They had to
I love the idea of Damian coming out with the microphone too. Like, oh, he about to get his shit off. And he said, Gunther, hands. I was like, oh shit. I love it.
I ain't talking about vein slaps, just hands. And it was really good, well done. And I was like, man, they are building the animosity between them. And this is working for me. This might be like the match I'm actually looking forward to at SummerSlam. This might be the top match I'm looking forward to if I think about it. I think so. Yeah. That's crazy. Another heavyweight championship match is the one that I'm looking most forward to. This is the same thing that happened last year when they did 7 years. 7 years. And it was Seth and Finn.
Is SummerSlam
SummerSlam? You beat me there?
It's the World Heavyweight Championship show. WrestleMania is for the WWE title. Mm-hmm. SummerSlam is for World Heavyweight. Trips, we see the vision. We understand you now.
And even if you don't see the vision, we're telling you what the vision should be. Like, heed our words, because I'm feeling that this is a thing. Like, again, we were like, okay, yeah, who knows? But I was really geeked about the Judgment Day. I had the Judgment Day shirt on. So now, what do? I don't know. This year, this might be the match I'm looking forward to. I don't know yet. I got to see next week when everything is completely announced. we'll see. But I think this might be my most excited.
I think for me, this is number 2, but it's a slight number 2 to Braun Breaker Sami Zayn 2.
Interesting.
Because
I'm not that excited about it because I feel like I know the outcome. And that's what main roster, I feel like and we'll talk about that more next week for sure. But I think that's what's doing it for me. Last question before we move on to our favorite time of the week. Are you shocked or surprised that both Gunther and Damian Priest are kind of holding their own without their
running mates? I was just thinking about that. I'm like, man, Gunther's doing this without Kaiser at all. Like
no Kaiser,
even like when
no Giovanni.
Yeah, because they sent Giovanni to the upper room.
Yeah.
Even when Gunther would do promos back then, Kaiser did the heavy lifting, and Gunther just he added punches in. This is all Gunther all the time, and you're like, damn, I'm so glad he decided to hold out until they got rid of Vince, so we just didn't do the anti-American promos with him because he can really talk his shit, and
he's been doing a great job.
Thoroughly impressive. Priest has always been a fun talker to me. I never thought he was a great talker, but he had quips here and there. And then when he was NXT doing the Live Forever shit and in hot tubs fully clothed with bitches, I was like, oh.
That was one of my favorite Damian Priests, I will say. The Archer of Infamy was a wild boy. That was all right, you're bringing your character to life. You live in the gimmick, brother.
Or from what we learned later, the gimmick is living him.
I mean, you might be right. But I'll say when he first got to the main roster and they were doing the colored hair BS and I'm trying to be a good guy and all that shit with Bad Bunny, I was like, I don't like this. And the U.S. title.
That's what got him to this spot.
No.
Doing the stuff with Bad Bunny.
No, I disagree. Really? I think and yes, but the turn on Bad Bunny, not the babyface stuff. That was gross.
I meant the him versus Bad Bunny stuff.
Yes. Absolutely. But before that, I'm like, I don't like this, and that version of him was so bad. So once it got to the Judgment Day, and then he was like, I'm emo, and now he's kind of just turned to I'm the leader of a biker gang. Essentially, he gets to just pop up and just be himself and look at him like, oh, Damian, you doing this again? And then he throw his little jokes in there, and it's a much more comfortability where he's not playing this tough role or something, or he has to play a character. He's just being himself, walking around, kind of cool. He has something about him that you're like, okay, I'm just me, and it feels cool, and then let's go do whatever we're doing. So you talking shit about me? Okay, let's talk some shit.
He's just a tough Puerto Rican dude from New York now that leads a biker gang.
There you go.
For some reason.
I'm with it.
He's the leader, but even though
Anarchy.
There's 2 other members that are older than him too, but
I'm okay with all of it. I love where it's going, and give me more. And he's distancing himself. I feel like if you've seen Sons of Anarchy and you're like, oh man, when is he gonna get Clay? When is it the old regime and the new?
Balor's
and they
Clay?
trying to take it. I mean, technically,
Balor's Clay.
But
is Carlito happy?
Well, not yet. The parallels. Do the science, my brother. Do the science. But what I was saying
is Dominic Juice?
Well, I was about to say Rhea is definitely Gemma.
Dominic is Juice.
Rhea's Gemma.
Absolutely.
So, again, I'm seeing the parallels, and it's he's trying to take the club in a new direction. That's why he's like, look, I don't even need this. I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm trying to get out. And they just keep trying to pull him back in. And then you got Gunther, who is definitely the white supremacist gang. It writes itself. It's like, yeah, he's a bad guy.
We gotta give Gunther
yeah,
a lot of credit for like really taking this gimmick, because this gimmick is Nazi light, 100%, and he's taken all the calories out of it. So
65% less calories.
No, it started off 65% less calories. It's like 90% less calories now.
You think? I think they added a little bit of calories back in there.
Oh, back when he said people like you?
Absolutely. Now, with slightly more calories.
All right. So he took it to 90 less calories, winning King of the Ring. And then he threw some calories back in there because it was just too light. It was too light. You needed some calories to get your workout in.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it, though. I loved it. But yeah, just something that we noticed. Two main guys doing main guy shit. And it's like, without their gangs. So I'm not mad at it. So we'll see what happens moving forward, because this could be a big turning point for either one of them. This either solidifies Damian as that guy by beating Gunther, and then they maybe run it back and something happens, and we'll see. Or this solidifies Gunther, and it's like, all right, here comes the reign of terror. And now what the hell is Damian gonna do? And how does he kind of get back into whatever place or whatever, wherever we would see him. So I'm very interested in, I think this match just has the most intrigue to me versus everything else. Just feels like they're slightly going through the motions, like slightly. I will say that Bayley and Nia Jax match intrigues me as well, just because of the Money in the Bank kind of lingering around. But yeah, other than that, everything else feels like we kind of got a hold on it, minus like a few little jazzy up surprises. But more will be revealed next week. Moving on to our favorite. So much to talk about, but hey, NXT, guys, it is DJ E-Ray on the ones and twos, and we are going to go pull up to Orlando for NXT, baby. Can you dig it?
Take your piece. That parking lot is not safe.
Be careful. Do not park in a parking lot. No skate. This is all skate, baby. Let's do it. NXT. Guys, we're here. NXT.
Still the best week-to-week wrestling show on television.
And may I add, question mark, did it get better? Question mark?
I mean,
because it was good before because it was consistent. At this point, now I think we've hit a turning point, because another shout out to Kel Dansby and Andreas Hale, the Corner Podcast. They hated NXT, and they've come around and they're like, "Oh, NXT is on fire right now." And I was like, "Y'all see the vision?
Got to show y'all.
We told you." But now y'all actually get to see it, and I understand, because they're outside Grap watchers as well. They watch every Wrestle Kingdom, so I get it. But the stories being told in NXT, and then the way they are figuring out how to grow their talent, I'm man. And then this partnership with TNA has taken things to the next level.
So great.
It's magnanimous. I've never seen anything as huge as this. It's incredible. I'm so happy to watch week to week. Mainly, let's kind of run it down here. The Rascals.
The Rascals on NXT TV.
They got NXT lit.
That needs to happen every week. Like, I'm sorry, TNA. As a weekly watcher now, I would hate to take away Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel, but sorry, guys. they reached their peak in TNA. But the Rascals in NXT, that's printing money.
That's money.
That is just printing money. That main event, and we'll get to it.
Yeah, look, you about to blow his load immediately.
So
that main event.
Well, I mean,
no foreplay. Just main event.
Well, I mean, the Rascals got some black guys. NXT felt really blackety black this week. Starts off with, there it is. Wait for it. Trick Williams starts off in the ring saying he's coming back for Ethan Page. He said he was calling up some people who called up his homie Elia, which I don't know how somebody could be your homie when all they did was whoop your ass over and over again.
Yeah, like American History X style.
We not friends, dog.
I was saying, you can't beat my ass into friendship.
Friendship? What?
Oh, we're friends now. I survived.
Ilya Dragunov is the only person
friendly?
you hit the brutality button and it says friendship.
Friendship? Again? After he beat your ass.
Screen's covered in blood.
Smack 5 rib cages out of you, 18 femurs. Brutality. Friendship.
So
what?
we get that, and then we get Cedric Alexander making his NXT re-debut, trying to be the voice of reason for Trick, and then Ashanti the Adonis being a dick and saying, yo, you don't deserve it. You ain't shit. And then Trick Williams was like, I'm the best motherfucker in this ring. And then Cedric was like, wait a minute. You said you better than me?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, Seth. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
And then he proceeds to have a good little match. Good little match with Seth.
After he whopped up on Ashanti
Yes.
Adonis about 3-4
Yes.
times. Say, look, whoop that Trick. Smack it. And damn, I was like, damn, Ashanti taking the beat down, but he got his get back later.
He did.
In another form. But yeah, I'll say, oh, okay, that's an interesting start. I like, because I guess maybe I missed something last week with him giving the advice or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but I said, okay, I'm with this. Him and Cedric.
I'm assuming it happened on like some WWE.com exclusive or something, because I don't remember that either.
Yeah, maybe we watched our Temu version of NXT last week.
I remember him talking to Ilya, and then Pete Dunne telling him, figure it out. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. That's the nigga in the back you gotta watch out for, because he just be wanting to steal on you, and you don't know, because you be doing other stuff you don't even worry about. Puh.
Pete Dunne is just going full
what's that
hater.
about?
He just hater all the time. Now, I appreciate it.
Hating everybody, and I love it. It's like, oh, you doing this on 2 different rosters. That's a lot of hate. You know, he priming for 2025. That seat is open.
I hate the way that he hate that big motherfucker from New Zealand. He hate his old buddy from the Brawling Brutes. He hate that dreaded motherfucker at NXT. He hate everybody. I appreciate it, Pete Dunne.
Hey, Pete Dunne.
Appreciate it. 2025 Kendrick Lamar Hater of the Year. Spot's still open, buddy. Spot's still open. No,
Nominee.
you're probably not going to get into the top 5 this year. It's pretty set in stone, especially that number 1 spot.
No, that's done. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's making a case for 2025. So we'll see.
Do you have any interest in the Brooks and Jensen construction match that happened?
No.
Okay.
Man, I'll say this.
Quite violent.
I enjoyed like some of the violence,
But you don't care
and
about
I
the
enjoyed
story.
the ending. Don't care is too strong. I actually do care
You're
because
not fully invested.
not fully, but they did gain me back with Sean Spears. Ironically enough, I know. Wait,
What did you say?
I know.
Are we gonna start putting Sean Spears over on this pod?
Not intentionally, but when shit is good, you gotta give it to him, because his whole thing was about mentoring the young minds, and he got this crazed drug addict drunkie that's been wilding out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got good people behind me." We asked 3 weeks ago, "Who are these people, and why are they having you beat up young black men?" And now we know. It was all a part of his plan.
Sean Spears, like any good cult leader, looks for people who are lost and says, "I can help you."
And I was like, oh, that makes it interesting, because I'm like, who would listen to this nigga? Oh,
The guy who had
Got me.
alcohol problem, who almost lost his job and whose friends abandoned him. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out.
I'm with it. So that part was really good. Otherwise, I didn't care about the match itself because it was like, whatever. But the ending got me. I was like, oh. So now I want to see how this plays out. How do they do the mentorship? What other dummy missions, crash out missions do he send them on? I'm interested in that. That seems fun. That's a really weird dynamic that I'm into.
His next match is against Oba.
I was like, okay, wait, hold on. I don't trust it now. Like, you can't keep going after all the black people, though. Like, we gotta talk. And he just said something. He was like, he went after Briggs because Briggs actually said some black shit. He was like, what? I'm serving out these hangouts. And he was like,
I was a little black.
Yeah.
Brooks Jensen, you
sounds a little.
Your old friend's
yeah. So I was like, you know what? Nah. I think he should next probably target
DJ Nightwolf.
Let me think. Who would be a fun target for
Dante Chan?
Who? Oh, that would be good. Xenophobia. Wait for it. Wait for it. Or DJ Nightwolf.
What was that, Vic? What was that?
Right. What?
You stopped me from
I'm
that.
not putting that. Don't ever do that again, Vic. That shit was crazy. Dante Chin or DJ Nightwolf would be great for his next targets. Like, let him be a random agent of chaos.
I like it.
I'm okay with that.
I like it. How'd you feel about DJ Nightwolf making hhis return against one Lexus Kang, the king of all television, as Booker T calls him?
I enjoyed it. I enjoy both of their characters separately. Mm-hmm. So when you put it on TV together, the match is like, okay, it's fun, it's fine, but I just like their interactions.
Yes.
So it was like, yeah, I wasn't like popping for the match, like, oh, this is gonna be the best match ever. It was fun. It was more so fun on the commentary team, just listening to Booker T just endlessly put over Alexis King. And I was like, this is hilarious. And then like the DJ Nightwolf shit, because he just terrorizing Alexis King the whole time. And I was like, this is fun. So love that he's back. I want to see them do something meaningful with him. Doesn't have to lead to a title. Just keep him in like interesting stories. I think maybe I don't know. I'm hesitant to say. I wanted to say, I was gonna say it. I know. I try to stop myself because that's probably the only thing I do not give any shits about on the WWE NXT roster. Like, I was like, man, Tony D'Angelo is ruining the Heritage Cup. I don't give a fuck.
DJ Nightwolf having Heritage Cup victory parties that he DJs.
Lit.
He celebrates it with like it's a Stanley Cup. Oh man.
I get what they're trying to do with the whole mobster vibe of the Heritage Cup, but it just doesn't work. And I think now that they what do you want to say? They didn't. He's dead. That was Tavion Heights. I'm racist. I feel bad because I was like, wait, they brought back. I was like, I just realized in this moment, like, oh shit, that wasn't him.
No, ladies and gentlemen, they did not bring Damon Kemp back from the dead.
He did not. Tavion just happened to look like. I was like, oh, he got new hair.
Damon Kemp got a
right
perm.
now.
Look at that. Wait, no.
Oh, my bad. My mistake. Yeah, so hilarious, but yeah, I think no quarter catch crew, it would be better with it or do more interesting things with it. But yeah,
Can we be honest
that's
about
not
the
vibing.
Cup? They never should have took it off Noam Dar.
Even with his broken knee, like what? Keep it on him.
Well, remember they took it off him before he shattered his knee. They never should have took it off him.
It was the weight of the cup that shattered his knee. You know, they say.
I guess.
Say, heavy is the head, heavy is the knee as well. That carries the cup.
I will say, Onside Oro is doing a great job, repping for the metaphor in Noam Dar's absence. Got a victory over Ashanti the Adonis. I love the Oro Mensah's finisher. That just running, spinning heel kick into the corner, like that looks like that should just knock you the fuck out.
Pretty good.
Big fan.
I feel like okay. I think his look needs to change.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of any person of color with color hair. Bothers me. It's a pet peeve of mine.
How would you change his look? Would you just have him just natural hair color?
Either natural or kind of light, like somewhat blonde streaks in it or something like that. Very subtle. Not like you can't grow purple hair, dog.
Dr. Umar's calling on you. Why you want that black man to have blonde hair, E-Ray?
Because it looks less ridiculous than purple. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. What does purple get you? Is that what's popping in the streets?
Purple?
That's how we doing our taxes?
Purple hair.
Yes. Is that a black person?
Well, Frieza calls Saiyans monkeys. They used to call us monkeys. So I gotta assume that Saiyans is niggas.
You got it. You won for the reach of the night, ladies and gentlemen. But you got
me
it.
Mr. Fantastic.
Works. I'll say, I don't know. It changes look. I think the gear needs to change a little bit. Tweak the gear, tweak the hair. But other than that, I like what they're doing. I think when he first came in, he had a slightly different look that I like more.
I don't remember.
But I recall it because I was like, he looks like somebody else. I think he had a little bit more muscle to him too. But neither here nor there. I like what they're doing with Oral Mensa and Ethan, just tormenting Ethan Page at every.
How dead that crowd was when he tried to do his promo after his match.
I didn't see a promo.
So after the match, he grabs a mic and says, something, Ethan Page, if you don't remember what happened last week, I'm going to break it down for you. It was like 1, 2, 3, and nobody said it with him. And then he tried to say it 2 more times. 1, 2, and no one was catching on. No, I was like, ooh.
But
ooh, rough.
At the end of the show,
it wouldn't shock me if they wrote that in after his promo was so bad. It was like, because we have this plan for Great American Bash that you're gonna do this, so we have to kind of get this over. Yeah, like.
Did it work?
I mean, it worked for me originally. I was counting with him at home.
Only me. You and you
only
alone.
me.
1, 2, 3, Oral.
On-site Oral, yeah, right here. We right here.
Big #1 fan.
Huge fan.
All right, swim fan Dub. Hey Oral, I'm your #1 fan.
I was a fan when he was like,
what?
When he had the private party gimmick, because he had it before they did. From what I heard from people who watch NXT UK, because I never watched it like at all. I didn't watch like all 170 episodes.
Whoever did that, crazy. But yeah, I'm not mad at that. Something else I am not mad at. I really like what they did having Lash Legend and Chikara actually have a match.
He's so black.
I can't recall ever seeing Jakara Jackson in the ring. Maybe once. It's been a long time though.
Yeah, I think she's only had like 2 or 3 matches that I can remember on TV because she keeps getting hurt. She's very unlucky.
There was a space for something. I was like, it's not even.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, I'm not even doing it.
Please,
but I will say, I had noticed it looks like Lash Legend has gotten so much better.
Yeah.
And I can tell the difference between like her and Jakara now are like light years difference because of those reps. Those reps have made, and she even got like a new kind of finisher thing. And I was like, oh, like that. Okay, I see you. Lash is a great work in progress. She's doing really well. They had Lash Legend and Jakara, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, going against Carmen Petrovich and Sol Ruka.
All right,
which I like.
All right.
Love Sol Ruka. Carmen Petrovich, I still was thinking like one false move, Sol, and she's gonna accidentally slice your throat on the come out like. Carmen, oh god, just murder on accident. And then I was like, how much longer do we have to watch you come out here with that sword? I don't like it. That's so bothersome and problematic.
Out there with that actual Claymore sword. swinging at people's
people
heads
like
and
that for
cutting
some
the
reason.
ropes.
People like that for some reason.
Vince liked it.
I say some people were like amused by that
He stopped
too.
carrying that sword and nobody fucking cared. Vince liked it.
Sure, no, I get that part. But when he did it, people weren't just like visibly like disgusted. And it was like Scottish shit. It's Braveheart. What is Carmen Petrovich? Is she the last samurai? Is she
She's
Tom
Nina
Cruise?
from Tekken.
You hear that silence? Let's sprinkle some silence in there for you, Dub. You just lost the crowd. I'm just sitting there in his own sadness. You got it. Who else is she, Dub? She's American Ninja. Okay, you
She's
got
not.
it. Who she, Dub? She's sidekicks. She's Chuck Norris.
What was the last Tekken game you played?
I got Tekken 8 right now.
Are you telling me that you look at Carmen Petrovich's ring gear and you don't see Nina?
That wasn't what it came to mind. No.
That's the only thing I saw.
And if they were going to play into a lily white woman having a sword, I would hope it would be the bride from Kill Bill. Sorry, much better, much easier.
That's
to
going to be her
grasp.
stand and deliver fit.
I mean, but
because she listens to the
right
vibe.
now is giving big Tom Cruise energy. Like she just
like she's gonna
ran
run on
in
screen
with,
or something.
Like she just ran in with some guns and murdered somebody, murdered somebody's husband, and then she got honored with his swords because that's the culture. She's just like a Korean, Asian, Japanese culture vulture. That's it. I don't like it. I don't like it. If she was doing something like Kill Bill, maybe. But I don't like. It's not doing anything for me. It makes no sense. Like, put that damn sword down. You're wrestling. It's very much. It's giving Ninja Turtles, where they're like, we got all these weapons, we never use them. Like, nigga, stupid. I hate it. Sorry. This is my mini rant. Sorry,
so you
Carmen
were a
Petrovich.
kid watching Ninja Turtles. Like, why aren't y'all stabbing motherfuckers?
Yes, because I grew up watching all R-rated movies. Like I sprinkled like some Indian in the Cupboard in there somewhere, but I was watching Tales from the Crypt. I was watching The Quick and the Dead? Like shit where people were using the weapons and people were dying. Like I'm like, wait a second.
I was watching From Dusk Till Dawn and I was like, what is this Ninja Turtle shit? Give me death vampires and Salma Hayek's Hoots.
Good times, brother. Quick story time with E-Ray. The first time I ever seen From Dusk Till Dawn was immediately after a WCW pay-per-view. Wow. I want to say it was WCW versus NWO.
Road Wild?
No, I think it was Bash at the Beach or something of that nature. But I watched it, and then I was like, because I was a terrible kid. My mom, I was like, if I was me, I would have whipped my ass. Because I'm like, that $54.99 charge. I had a VHS. I would tape it. I would order the pay-per-views, tape them, and then just not tell her. And then I was like, after that, I seen like, From Dusk Till Dawn. I thought it was like a regular movie, and I put it on, and half of it was some crazy robbery shit. Then all of a sudden, vampires, like, nigga, what? The greatest movie ever. And Salma Hayek Hoots. Needless to say, absolutely something else should be done, but
I just want to take this moment to remind all of our listeners
why should not murder
that Quentin Tarantino wrote a role in that movie for a character to suck Salma Hayek's feet and then cast himself in said role.
Salute. He also said, for all my From Dusk Till Dawn fans out there, you know what you said back there? You know, I can do that for you. Let's go. Love that. Love that movie. We will be probably watching that SummerSlam weekend. Anywho, let's get to the shits. Main event.
Oh, that's where you're going? Oh, okay. I thought when you said the shits, I thought you meant the greatest part of NXT. And that was, of course, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Oh,
Love it.
that full video package they gave that guy of him talking about like, yeah, it took me 11 years to be an overnight success. And he admitted like, yeah, to get over, I just had to make myself the biggest fucking thing on the internet and make myself undeniable. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how you do it. Song's number 4 in the British pop charts, outcharting Taylor Swift and Beyonce. Come on, Joe Hendry.
Wave your hands from side to side and say,
I believe
in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry. Such a great
So
song.
good.
Such a
Yeah, I haven't been able to stop singing it randomly for like 2 months now. Since I seen him, I was like, I didn't even know who this guy was, but that shit was so
same.
catchy.
My entire
And then-
summer is just randomly singing "They Not Like Us" or "I Believe in."
That's a crazy. They not like us. They not like us.
I
believe in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry is in fact
Yeah,
like
that
us.
video package, fantastic. I was so entertained by it because I did watch his interview with Chris Van Fleet. And I was like, this is some good shit. So shout out to him. And then I like thought it was really well done to like really ingratiate him into the NXT fan base. Like it was already a thing when he first came out, the tease. Just imagine, think about it. I think that was what, 2 months ago? The tease of him, and that was only a month ago? That's nuts. He just popped up, got eliminated in like 8 seconds, and ever since then, he's been on fire in NXT. So I love it. I love everything they're doing. And he's going to do, and again, I was following some random rabbit hole. I was on IG, and I seen somebody was like falling in a random rabbit hole of Joe Hendry, and it was just all of his random live song concerts,
good.
and it was him versus Top Dollar, or him coming out doing something with Scotty Too Hottie, and the list goes on and on and on. And I was like, oh, this is so entertaining. This is so funny of him doing covers of songs.
The Top Dollar
and making
one,
it funny.
that was the one like when I just started watching TNA that I saw, and I was like, yeah, they got something with this guy. Because before that, like it was
He should
just
be
Top
fired.
Dollar like whooping Joe Hendry's ass, and I was like, who the fuck is Joe Hendry? And why does Top Dollar hate him so much? And then he did that concert, and I was like, oh. That's why.
Yeah.
Yep. I would
Yeah,
whoop his
you gotta
ass every
smoke
week
that
too.
Right.
But I believe
You gotta kill him like Nino.
Yes, I am.
Single tear. Murder. But yeah, I'm really excited because they're bringing that experience to NXT live next week. How excited are you for this?
That's the main event.
And wait. Bigger question. How excited are you about this, knowing who's going to be in the crosshairs?
Dallas boys.
Yeah.
The real Scotsman. Yeah, no, I'm all for it.
Oh, they're going to
I'm all
get
for it.
flame broiled.
All for it.
It's going to be amazing.
So
I'm
when the
excited.
Gallows boys come out there to jump Joe Hendry, who makes the save? Rascals?
Good point.
Tyson and Tyreek?
I don't know.
The Butter Brothers?
The Butter Brothers. It could
They
be a
got a
thing.
segment on NXT too.
With the champ.
With the
Just roasting the champ. That was classic crime time. Street profits.
I was like, oh,
I love
like,
it.
I think they figured it out in real time.
I think
And I
it's
think
happening.
that, to me, that's one
Yeah,
of the coolest things about NXT that people don't talk about is seeing people figure it out in real time. Like we were just talking about Lash, Braun Breaker, Tyson and Tyreek, Oba, fucking Femi, even Wesley to a degree. Watch him figure out how to be a solo star on his own, and but it not be planned. Like, to me, that's one of the coolest things about NXT is watching people figure it out and then become great.
Carmelo and Trent. That was amazing watching it. Like, oh, you seen the lights cut on for Trick. Watching Mr. Bouncy himself, Javon Evans, in real time, figuring out like promos. He got in the ring easily, but figuring out promos and character and picking spots and like how to resonate with the crowd and how to get over. It's shit. Watching Roxanne Perez figure it out in real time, it has been one of my favorite things. She was like, you know what? I'm just gonna reskin Cora Jade and take this to new heights. And I'm with it, baby. I love it. Shout out to Roxanne Perez, the prodigy. She has done great things. Speaking of which, I will say, I do not like her going against Chase Uzon.
Yeah, hell.
That does nothing for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening with this?
I mean, I get it. Your world champ should defend on every show. They could have kept her off of this one and built up a better challenger.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, no one believes Thea Hale's taking that belt off of Roxanne.
If Thea Hale takes that belt off of Roxanne, I will be disgusted. If Thea Hale loses, I kind of would be disgusted. Because it's like a lose-lose situation for me. Because we shouldn't see this match. It doesn't make sense.
No one gained anything from it.
I mean, not really. And I mean, well, not true. They would have to have a spectacular in-ring match for it to be like, wow, and it do something. Or some old shit, like either we get that final turn and then her and Ridge just go off together. Like they're like honeymooning. Like her and Ridge gotta just leave. Like, all right, we're bigger than Chase U now, because it feels like that's what he's doing. He's like manipulating her, kinda, and bipartisan manipulating them. But other than that, I just don't understand. Like, I don't like that women's matchup. So unless they have like just one of the greatest matches ever, I would have preferred to see.
Who would you have built into that spot instead of Thea?
I don't know. I think this would have been a good time to maybe heat up somebody that you didn't expect or that you knew wasn't going to win. But so what? Because it could have just been entertaining. Shit, I would take Ariana Grace. That would have been an amusing match, just to have your champion on there, knowing she's not going to win, but they could do a fun story in ring. Like, sure, that would have been fun. Or I mean, I think it's too soon because Sol Ruka just lost to Lonnie. So I don't think you would want to do that yet, because then she would also lose that match.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't do 2Ls. 2Ls too quickly. That's dangerous. But she's a star, so she will be there. But I just think that's dangerous too. Maybe, just maybe, instead of doing a actual women's title match, they could have did like a triple, like a women's three-way or something. So her, JC Jane, and oh girl that I love,
Lola?
Bodysuits McGregory. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Mi Chen wouldn't have been a bad option either.
That's true.
Veteran worker. I mean, somebody just to hold that place while they get a legit challenger ready for whatever the next NXT pay-per-view is going to be.
And then have you know what? Great storytelling. This is how you do it. You have Mi Chen versus Roxanne Perez, and then you don't get a finish because you have the stud line break it up.
Stud line.
That shit was hilarious. Mi Chen said it, not me. Blame her. And then she said, I acknowledge you. Oh, she is wilding. But yes, have them, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler come down and beat the brakes off of her during the match when she's just about to turn it up, or they just in like a holding period and then they have to cancel the match. That's a fantastic booking for that. Like, I would love that.
I'm all in. I like it.
But
I like it.
yeah, this Thea Hale thing is not really doing it for me. Speaking of things, again, on the contrary, because we want to speak with love. Speaking of things not that didn't do it for us, but took us to the tippy top. The match of all matches, the final match, the main event, Rascals versus Javon Evans.
And the Math Superheroes.
And and Nathan Frazier, and Axiom.
Never slow
Man.
down. And that's what they did in this match. This match was...
Did they? I don't think they slowed down at all. I think they were going warp speed 98% of this match, and I just was like...
E-Ray, do you remember the Dragon Ball Z video game Ultimate Battle 22? Where it was like you picked 3 DBZ fighters against some other 3 DBZ fighters, and it was damn near open world because you could fly up and go all the way around and fight each one of them.
No, I don't remember that, but that sounds intense.
It was insane. It was like Smash Brothers meets Power
Sounds like this
Stone with
match.
Dragon Ball Z in it.
Oh my god.
It was a Japanese game. It never actually got released here, so you had to, do the thing with the
Yeah. What system was that
PlayStation 1.
Got it. Okay, so that makes
Yep.
more sense.
Yep, because like Final Bout was in Blockbuster.
Like GT,
But, like,
Final Bout.
Ultimate Battle 22, you had to go like to your local comic book shop. You had to talk to a real creepy guy, and he had to explain to you how to like hack your PlayStation in order to play it.
Yeah.
It had to remind you that you wasn't going to understand anything they was saying, and then you didn't know anything about Super Saiyans because that wasn't in America yet. Anyway, that's what this match was
That's how I
like.
felt about Final Bout.
Yeah, same thing about Final Bout.
What?
Who the
You gotta
fuck
put,
is
you gotta put the
Trunks?
pencil. You gotta open up your PlayStation lid, but then stick a pencil in there so then the disc just spins openly. Like if you put your hand in there, you get a hand cut off. But
And then you got to take out the game that
Okay.
you were trying to, like the fake game, and then you got to put in Final Bout, and then you got to close it real quick. And then it also might fuck up your PlayStation too, but this is the risk you take.
no, you just leave it open. You just leave it open and leave the pencil in there. It just spins, just open, and then it plays up, boots up. Ah! Tap the triangle button 42 billion times until you break your fingers. Love
Meteor,
it.
the
Yes.
Meteor Smash, yep.
So this match was Final Bout / Ultimate Battle 22.
100%.
Dragon Ball Z. I felt like a weak Dragon Ball Z character. Like, you know how they just, it's like, oh, everybody's way stronger than me. I'm gonna sit this one out. And then they just watch and they trying to follow the action.
You felt like childhood Gohan?
Oh, and all you just seeing the in the air like the, and then all of a sudden you get a phase of, oh shit, it's Trey Miguel. And then, oh man, it's Javon Evans. I was like, this is fucking incredible. Some of the shit that was being done, I was like, man, they are really kicking ass this evening. And I loved that match. I thought that match was, again, superb. And this is what, like 3 weeks in a row? I think or maybe not in a row, because I want to say that match with Mi Chin and Jada Parker was a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
But then again, you had Oba versus Duke Hudson, which was last week. That was incredible.
Insane.
And then this week, you have this match, which was insane. Like, I don't know what Meltzer just exploded. He's dead. Pick him, go to that man's house and check him. Do a wellness check. I don't think he's alive anymore. 452 stars in the Tokyo Dome. Just
Crazy.
Just incredible.
And like you said in the chat, Javon Evans versus Wesley, the match we didn't know we needed. Shit, Javon
Did not
versus
know.
Trey Miguel, the match we didn't know we needed.
Bro, I'll say this: Trey Miguel is a fantastic worker. He does have a little bit of work to do to get match pace in NXT. He missed a couple spots. I seen it, but they work so good it didn't matter. But I was like, all right, his time is a little off. Wesley got it, and that's why I said Wesley versus Javon Evans is like, oh my god, super bouncy versus main man West.
And then
Bukakli.
to close that match,
Fantastic.
Zachary Wentz gets his comeuppance, it was beautiful. He gets the pin on one half of the tag team champions. So you know that means we get an MSK versus Axiom and Frazier tag team title match for the titles that MSK never lost.
Say it with me now. Triple B's never lost.
Never lost. And Zach Wentz is gonna get those tag titles back, and he's gonna cry in the ring. He's definitely gonna cry.
Yeah, as he should. To come full circle was that like 2 years ago?
I think it's been 3 at this point.
Yeah, 3 years ago to have everything taken from you for some bullshit, then keep it going, do your indie circuit, link back up with one of your brothers after you were removed from one of your brothers, and keep it going. Mm-hmm. And then the full circle, bring it back around, no Vince, doing the fucking NXT 2K bullshit 2.0.
NXT 2K.
And then, right. NXT 2K13. Like, ugh, gross. It's in the game.
Bright colors.
It just, again, once they change those belts, I'll be so much happier. But I digress. To have him come back full circle and then to see them all together now, the members that we never got. So now we really got the Rascals in NXT. And then to hit that move, which I always thought was fantastic, and not have those assholes in Orlando anymore. So whoever the people who was hating on him doing shit before also been gone. So I'm just like, I'm sold. I'm in. Love everything that they're doing. So shout out to them, the Rascals. Again, not Alfalfa and Buckwheat and Stymie.
Sorry, are you thinking
all of them.
week 2 of Great American Bash we get that tag title match? Because Great American Bash is next week. We should.
Yeah, they're doing a 2-parter.
We should honestly be doing like a Great American Bash picks, but I don't even know the full card.
No one does. That's the internet exclusive. Let me book the Territory Web exclusive. We're doing just some picks, but other than that, sorry for you. If that just loses your listenership, the fuck on, okay? I don't know what to tell you. My bad. Deal with it. But yeah, I'm with it. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm interested, but I don't know. Maybe not. Because I don't know what else is coming to the 2-week exclusive. That could be interesting, but seems a little too early. I would kind of save that for, they're doing their world tour. But yeah, definitely in the future. I would say maybe at the next true PLE. That would be fun.
October?
Really? That seems far.
I mean,
you could look if it is truly October. Okay, run that shit week 2 of Great American Bash. But
I think the next pay-per-view might be No Mercy, which they said was after Bad Blood, which I believe is in October.
So.
I'm sorry.
Blood,
no,
can that be
sorry. It is No Mercy, but it's September 1st. So
okay,
a month.
That's more tolerable.
Yeah. Halloween Havoc is right after Bad Blood.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't. No Mercy. That's fitting. I think that would be good. Not mad at that. Hold some gold, and then that leaves Trey Miguel. Do some stuff. Interesting. Fun times.
Maybe Trey Miguel's like, hey, I want to try to get some gold on No Mercy too. I'm gonna challenge Oba.
Let me go get Oba Femi. Get murdered.
he just.
You see what I did to your brother? I would not be so merciful with you. Oba flames.
Perfect. Just throw Trey Miguel across the state.
Just throw Trey Miguel out of the fucking arena.
And No Mercy's in Denver too. Rascals got to do it.
What that mean?
Huh?
What that mean? I don't know.
Denver, as in Colorado, as in the first state to legalize recreational weed.
Oh, I thought, I was like, are they from Denver? Like, I don't know. I don't know these lineage.
Just a place famous for people getting
get high as hell. Yeah, I was like, that'll make sure BA realizes, he's faking. He can walk. He's smoking weed. No, he just can't feel his back. My back is broken. I smoked 4 blunts with Johnny Hopkins and Stone Kettering.
But this Kush.
Oh, yeah.
Babe, I know how to smoke some more. That'll get you to walk. Yeah.
He smoked some. All right, guys, that lets me know that it's time to get out of here. So this has been another episode of Let Me Book the Territory with the 2-man power trip, E-Ray and Dubby. Guys, please give us a listen, give us a follow. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to your letmebooktheterritory.com/shop or letmebookpod.com/shop. I was thinking of 2 things at once. And go to buy yourself a t-shirt. Go get you some merch. Go get you some cup holders. Go get some cool things. We got all kinds of random shit on there. And it looks good. Stickers too. Only Slams shirts still available. Fire. Also, go ahead and while you're at it, go to the YouTube. Sign up for the YouTube. Subscribe. Tell us you subscribe. And then watch some of the videos. We got videos coming up. We got different clips. And we got full episodes in video. You can watch us. You can watch us.
Clips are hilarious.
Be ridiculous.
My mom told us so.
Look at the facials. Look at the facials.
Ew.
Extra pause. Other than that, what else can be said? Like Jay said, what more can I say?
There's one more thing we can say.
You know it, but we always leave that to who? The final boss.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Bitch. And we'll see you next week. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.